Hi everyone, it's Darlene Corbett, the UnStuck expert, and we are here Monday, our third week. Today I was going to talk about bullying, but I want to return to the issue of confidence because there are other things we can do to build confidence. We can also think about how we might change our facial expressions. Now, many people have a more serious demeanor. Some of us, it's easier to smile. Again, others, you have to work at it. As I will show you, there's some things I have to work at. I tend to be more effusive in my personality. Sometimes I have to tone it down. For example, when I hypnotize people, you would not know I was as effusive as I am because I have to talk very slow and very methodically. And I learned to do this over the years. And in fact, many years ago, one of my clients said, I didn't know you could be that calm and steady because I am animated. Sometimes I get a little animated during hypnosis too. But for the most part, it's slow and steady and calming. But I have to work at that, and I've worked at that. My natural style was not to be that way. So for those of you who have a more serious demeanor and it's difficult to smile, how about practicing that? Practice smiling. You might say, oh, come on, it will seem fake. What did we say? Fake it until you make it, right? There is something to be said about that. Eventually, it will become part of your repertoire. It will become more natural. It may never be totally natural, like it is for those that's easier, that have that more kind of animated, positive presentation. But you can work at it. You can smile. You can be authentic eventually. One of the ways, a couple of ways I will suggest you begin practicing. One is look in the mirror. See, I'm laughing just thinking about this because I will look in the mirror sometimes and just think of something funny and I'll smile, or something joyous and I smile. So there's one way, is to look in the mirror before you enter a room or a Zoom meeting where so many people are so serious. Now, let me just say this also, with masks, it's hard to tell who's smiling and who's not. I walk by these people on the street when I'm walking our dogs. They just look at me. I don't know if we have a mask on because I'm so far away and they just look at me. I don't know if they're smiling. So I say, hi. They know I'm smiling. We have to do something. So if they can't smile back, they at least give me a friendly hello, a smile behind the mask. How about that? But if you're going on a Zoom meeting or a team meeting and you're in charge or just not in charge, you're just a member of the team, not just, but a member of the team, practice smiling. Practice in the mirror. Practice before you're going on that Zoom call or whoever you're interfacing with on video conferencing in whatever form you use. Most of us use Zoom, but I know there's Microsoft Teams and Google Hangouts, I think. Google something. Give it a try. Now, the other thing I'm going to encourage you to think about, and this is a hypnotic technique that I learned but modified over the years. One of them is to get you to think about laughing, really giving a good old belly laugh. Picture a scene, close your eyes, picture a scene, and just allow yourself to feel the laughter that comes out of that scene, something that made you laugh. Now, obviously, you do not want to go laughing into a meeting. That's a serious meeting, but smiling is different. Smiling is different. So I'm going to invite you now to just take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just go inward a little, visualize. And perhaps you might visualize a scene of something that gave you joy, that makes you happy, that helped you smile, even if it was just a subtle smile. And just let yourself experience as you go inward and see that visual. Let yourself experience the joy you experience or the happiness you experienced during that exchange or that encounter or that event. Let yourself feel that joy. Let yourself feel it all the way through your being, from the center of your being to the top of your head, to the tips of your fingers, down to the tips of your toes. Just let yourself experience that And allow that smile to come on your face. If tears come down eventually, so what? This is just for you. But let yourself smile and just feel it again throughout your being. And I'll just let you take a few more moments. Just let yourself experience it. Experience it so viscerally, so inwardly. And just notice. Notice what makes you smile. Perhaps it's a loved one, a spouse, a child, a parent, a friend that did something for you, a surprise. Whatever it may be, just let yourself smile. Now, this is a little artificial because I'm here on virtually encouraging you to smile. But you know what I'm talking about. Now, anytime you feel like you need to start, giving a better presentation. When I say better, one that exudes more openness. A smile exudes openness. Being serious and firm constantly doesn't. It closes you off. It feels unapproachable. There's enough unapproachability right now with not meeting in the flesh. So why not try to be more open, engage? You might want even to use this if you're a manager or a leader with some of your team members. Do something, surprise them. And say, you know what, everybody, I want you to close your eyes for a minute and think of something that makes you smile. I know females are more open to this than men, but gentlemen, you may have females on your team. Go ahead, give it a try. Watch what happens. Then you can invite someone to share. It might be a nice opener for people. An icebreaker, as they would say. We need icebreakers sometimes during these very drawn-out meetings. Something that will shake up the team or shake up the system. It encourages confidence in you, in them. Wow. Especially if you're a serious person, as I said, they're like, wow, that person, that's a shift, that's a change. You might also get someone that's so serious or so shy or inward to do something that they didn't expect to do and no one else did. You get to learn a little bit about people when you do that. You invite them to do this. Years ago, I was at a bank. I talk about this in my speeches. It was a very serious teller. I had a lot of checks to cash. And she was so serious. She looked disgruntled. I thought, this is going to be great. I thought, I'll take a risk. I said, you know what? I bet you have a glorious smile. And she did. And she smiled and she opened up. We started having a conversation. It made her job easier. It made my exchange with her easier. I learned that she was really tired and had a second job she had to go to. You never know what you're going to learn from people. If you invite them to show something of themselves, a smile often does it. How about that? That can build confidence in you and in them. Again, sometimes you have to fake until you make it. Practice. Next time, I'm going to talk more about how we can be beginners at any time in our lives, which I've been talking about, but I just saw an article in the Wall Street Journal. But I will save that for the next time. We will get to bullying eventually, I promise. All right, everyone? In the meantime, I do have a podcast, Tap Into the Power of You, for people 45 plus who wish to get unstuck, the women, and the men who wish to join them. And I'll tell you more about why I developed that. But it's really a belief in the possibilities. It goes along with this. All right, stop depriving the world of you. When the student's ready, the teacher appears. I hope I'm helping you as I continue to learn from others. Until tomorrow.